Murderous Friend began really as an accident. I was playing guitar and put my fingers on the wrong fret, and this really interesting chord came out. That's happened before in pop music. I think about the Beatles' Hard Day's Night, the opening guitar chord, which is really a normal guitar chord, but with your finger on the wrong string. And suddenly this interesting chord happens. And Elvis Costello later wrote a song where he did the same accident. And I found that out by making the accident when I was playing and said, hey, it's a Hard Day's Night. That's how that works. So Murderous Friend began very much the same way. Fingers on the wrong string, but it comes out a suggestive sound. And I just followed that. Murderous Friend is a really important song for me because in many ways it came sort of in one burst, and from the very beginning of stumbling on that chord to finishing the lyric entirely, it all happened in an afternoon, and that doesn't happen very frequently with me, so I'm pretty happy about that. Darlene and I had actually seen pretty recently, before they wrote the song, the film The Master, Paul Thomas Anderson's film, and it stuck with me, pretty much just the sense of the dynamic between the two main characters, these two folks that are sort of adversaries and yet tied to each other at the same time, and that kind of tension, it's occurred to me many times that usually our biggest enemies were once our closest friends. It takes that kind of intimacy to really have that kind of hatred or whatever, discomfort. So I wrote a song kind of from that perspective of somebody at odds with another person and working with those tensions. Weirdly, the phrase murderous friend came right at the outset, only it came out as, I like my murderous friend. And I thought, that's not even remotely usable. I don't know how I'd write a song about that. But you get on these things and they don't leave you. They stay stuck in your head. So I like my murderous friend over and over and over again. Finally, I said, I just can't live with that. I don't know what to do with it. But it's hard to break the sound pattern when you come up with something like that. So then the next quest was, can I come up with words that have similar sounds to them, but maybe different meaning? And that's why I like became fire like a murderous friend. Once I had that, then I had the arson theme, and I could write the rest of the verses, sort of bringing that imagery into it. Kind of a neat trick for the whole thing to loop into itself really quickly, make a lot of logical sense, and I was able to go home and play it for Darlene that afternoon, and we were both kind of sitting there going, wow, did that just happen? So, Murderous Friend.